Lately, I've been really enjoying film location videos on YouTube, and I decided I would take a crack at it myself. So today I'm here in Wilmington, North Carolina to show you some of the most famous filming locations in history. And one of the most popular filming locations in history, Hugh McCrae Park. Oh, Keith, where are you? Duh, obviously. I'm in the forest where they filmed the Ewok village in the Star Wars movies. Yes, when George Lucas Spielberg saw this beautiful forest, he was like, that is absolutely the location I'm going to use. Of course, in the great Star Wars movie, Star Wars 3, The Wrath of Khan. And who could forget this great filming location? Of course, I'm sure you all recognize this from the fabulous movie Bull Durham. Now you may be thinking, Keith, I thought they filmed Bull Durham in Durham. Well, yes, parts of it were filmed in Durham, but it turns out that Kevin Costner didn't like the idea of being murdered. So he insisted that a tremendous amount of the shots be filmed in Wilmington, North Carolina. Movie magic, people. And then you might be asking, Keith, if he liked it down there so much, why didn't he film Field of Dreams on that field? Because, silly, he filmed Field of Dreams on that field. That's right, folks. When he needed to film another baseball movie, he just rolled it on down to Wilmington one more time and picked this field, which I'm sure you don't recognize because you're thinking, where are all the cornfields? I'll tell you where they are, CGI. And you say, Keith, CGI didn't exist back then. I know, I'm not talking about computer generated images. I'm talking about Craig Greg Iverson, the greatest matte painter in movie making history. He painted those cornfields so beautifully that you could walk right into them. And you would have sworn you were in the middle of nowhere instead of in this hustling, bustling, thriving metropolis that is Wilmington, North Carolina. And who could forget this location? That's right, folks. That's where they filmed Jaws, right there. Of course, not the big ocean scenes. But remember when the chief tells his kid to go in the pond and the kid's like, that's for old people. And he's like, go anyway. Do it for your old man. Something like that. And they go to the pond, but then bad things happen in the pond. That's it right there. That's the pond from Jaws. Also, remember the scene where Richard Dreyfuss' character is digging around the hull of that boat and the head pops out of the hole with spaghetti hanging out of its eye? It's filmed right there too. You've all heard stories about how the budget went crazy on Jaws and how they were in a lot of trouble financially. Well, Martha's Vineyard is an expensive place to film. So when they needed to do some pickup shots, they came on down to Wilmington, North Carolina and got the job done right here at the beautiful Hugh McCrae Park Pond. Now this isn't a movie location, but a Vidia location for the Lorde song Tennis Courts. Now, of course, in the video, you can't see the tennis courts because she put up a black curtain and performed in front of it. And so you may say, why did she even bother? Well, the reason she bothered is because this is the actual tennis court that inspired that song. You see, she and Taylor Swift were here hanging out in Wilmington, and they were actually right back there in that little playground area, swinging together, talking about how difficult it is to be in your late teens or early 20s and be a super successful, famous multimillionaire, and all the trouble that ensues from that burden. And Taylor Swift said, hey, let's go down to the tennis courts. And Lorde said, booyah! That's gonna be a hit song for me. Whoop-a-doo! And she wrote Tennis Courts. Well, I hope you enjoyed watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. Let me know, because I'd love to do more film location videos for you, because it's so much fun. Like, subscribe, leave comments below. Check you later. These are, of course, the actual woods where they filmed Friday the 13th, part 14. About these very tennis courts.